Hey everybody, so the first thing I need you to do is to open Robot C for Vex Robotics 4.x. And if you can't find it, you can just type it in your search bar. You should be able to pop it up. It is what you had for, remember how you had to take your stuff to Miss Hickman to get it installed? My husband's being a smart butt over there. I just can't even look. All right, and I'm not wearing makeup, so don't look. Let's see. The first thing I want you to do is go to Help. And I want you to check for updates because there are always updates. This might be something that, oh, good. That might be something that you want to do all the time because sometimes machines have trouble accessing different things just because of that. What we are going to learn how to do, I have an itch. Okay. What we are going to learn how to do is to control a robot. Mr. Smith is going to let me come in on Thursday of this week. So I guess that would be the 7th. And I'm going to just bring home a bunch of stuff and I'm going to build. And you guys are going to make code on your laptops and probably will meet maybe 2 people at a time, 2, 3 people at a time. We're going to share our codes with each other, build off of codes, and learn how to control a certain robot that I'm going to build here. So definitely miss watching you guys build because that's kind of the purpose of it and kind of the fun part of it. But that's okay. I'm going to build something and you're going to program the something that I build. So sorry, that stinks, but oh well. A lot of times over here, what you might want to look at is there are like different ways to move things. And so you might want to play around with this. We have movement. We have waits and untils, like, hey, wait until I push the button to make it go. Or sensors, you can look at the different variables there. Like, hey, you have like this thing that senses how light something is. And you can turn I'm going to have a little flashlight. You can turn a flashlight on if the light sensor is too low. So, if I'm in my dining room and I shut everything down, it gets real dark, you should see a little flashlight turn on. So it's going to be kind of cool to program our little robot together and to see the different things you guys might want to do. We'll have motors that you can turn on to move a car, motors just to spin a wheel, sonar sensors. So like if this is the sonar sensor, you can make a car go until it gets to the wall and then it's going to sense the wall, or maybe this is the sensor. It's going to sense the wall and the car is going to go and it's going to stop. And you can even have it go in reverse and just have it go back and forth between the walls all day. Like, oh, I sense a wall, go this way. Oh, I sense a wall, go this way. So it's kind of a fun little thing. Now I'm going to pause this video and try to find a nice something for you to watch so I don't have to make another pause. Okay, everybody, I have an idea and I hope this is good. So this weekend or maybe even Thursday night, I'm going to build something called a test bed. And a test bed looks like this. Sorry. Got very distracting. So if you guys can see my screen right now, this is called a test bed. There's a lot of stuff that exists on this test bed that I'm probably going to need to talk to you about, like what they mean and what each individual item is. Hopefully I've already done that before I posted this video. But what I want you to see is like over here, we have our little sonar thing. Over here, we have our potentiometer and our limit switch is over here. This is called the bump switch. We got a line tracker. This little guy is something about reading how bright it is. This thing right here is our flashlight. So like if you cover this thing up, there's a program you can use to turn the flashlight on. These are all motors. This is called a servo motor. This servo motor will not spin in a circle. These are motor motors. They will spin like, make the wheels go whichever way you want. But this particular motor that my mouse is on, it's more like of a motor. It turns it like this, blink or blink or blink. Okay. And one of these is the potentiometer, and the other one is the word I'm not thinking about, but that's okay. So one of them you turn just a little bit, and one of them you can turn in circles. So you can say like, hey, once I turn it 5 times, turn the motor on. Or the other one, you can say, once I turn it like 30 degrees, turn the motor on. Or this little guy right here, that's the sonar. So you could say like, hey, whenever you sense something like within 3 inches, turn the motor on or turn the motor off or turn the flashlight on, turn the flashlight off. So this is called a test bed. This is what I'm going to build. You guys are going to program it. We're going to start super basic. It is very essential that when we go into Robot C, because you guys are going to send me your code, it's very essential that we all set up the robot to have the same names. So whatever he calls them in the videos, I want us to call them too, so that when you send things to me, like if I call it right motor, you also call it right motor. And it's very particular, even so much as in if you use a capital R and I use a lowercase r, our program is not going to sync up. So it's very important that we all choose the exact same setup and the names for our motors, our sensor value, and we'll just follow with the guy on the video. I could have made an hour's worth of videos, but that would have been very lengthy on both ends. And this guy has a very condensed version. So here's what we're going to do just to play around with our test bed is if you look here, I'm going to post this document, either this document or I'll make it a PDF. This has 7 videos. Conveniently, there are 7 of you. Look at that. So I'm gonna write your names on a little piece of paper and crinkle them up like this and pick them out. And I'll say, so-and-so Tanner, can you please send me your code for video 1? And Tanner will, on our discussion thread, send me his code. I will copy it and I will paste it into my computer program, and we'll see how well Tanner's code runs. And then I'll crinkle them up and stuff, and I'll say, Ricky, can you send me, I'll pull a name, Ricky, can you send me your file you made for video 2? And we'll do this. Now, these videos are not 10 minutes each. Some of them are 2 minutes, so I don't want you to think everybody needs to do each and every one of them, though, so that at random, when I pick your name, you can go ahead and send me your code. So that's how I thought we could do this. It's a nice little introduction, and then we can build off of them together and maybe even do some breakout sessions. Cool beans.